Serious we in my style. Serious we in my style. Serious we in my style. Serious we in my style.
Yo, welcome back to the Smokebreak. We got Z right here, Lumka, our technician, Z, our musician.
You're too awkward. I would like to thank the 10 listeners that we got. You guys are awesome.
You're already thanking people, and he was still busy talking.
You screwed it up. Okay. So we have Z, Olane. We have Lumka, our technician. Mpo, yo, what up? Oh, the only lady. The only lady in the room. Yeah, amongst
I
all
don't
of
sound
us.
like the only lady.
But anyway,
Sorry.
she's supposed to keep us all intact. Good luck to her.
All in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have Rue and myself, Edgar, Ed Jizzle. Anyway, there's a whole lot of shit we need to talk about this week. What happened? Z, tell us about your week. What up? I know there's been a whole lot of xenophobic attacks.
Wait.
There's a whole lot of xenophobic attacks, and there's some
No,
shit
wait,
you're
okay.
doing right
Can
now.
we just explain? Xenophobic attacks aren't funny, but Z's funny right now. That's what's funny, but not the text, not the text.
I don't understand why I'm being attacked. Okay, guys, Sanbodani Kaya, hi to everyone. Whether you're listening, whether you're in the car, whether you're at home or from your iPhone, you're in a taxi, thanks for the listenership, as my brother said to Edgar. Xenophobic attacks. That is quite a topic. That is quite a topic. A lot of things are happening in South Africa right now, and I'm just not understanding what's happening. And our president has been quiet. We're going to touch on that. And
No, I finally spoke up.
he
We
finally
did,
spoke
you
up.
did, you did.
I didn't catch
Uh,
up.
Was it yesterday or 2 days
I think
ago?
Friday.
Wait,
Friday evening.
Wasn't that one of the clips that were all over the social media when he was like retaking it and shit? That was funny.
I didn't
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
didn't see
there's
that
him.
either.
There's him trying to take a video a statement, and then he was there. You know how presidents are. Everything they do is staged, right? So, in any case, he was sitting there. He was saying some shit, man. Like, I don't even know what the fuck he was saying. And he was like, no. I think I made a mistake. Can you redo this? I'm
But you
like,
see-
this nigga.
You see, that goes back to the conversation that he reads everything, even if it's supposed to be coming from his heart. I mean, we're talking about xenophobic attacks. We're talking about gender-based violence. I feel like as a president, you can say something from your heart. Why must you read it? Why must it be a speech? Okay, you can have like guidelines of what you have
Unless
to
if
say.
He's very cautious of what he's trying to say.
But even then, you know,
Cautious after not
But you're
talking
trying-
for so long.
But as a president, you need to get your point across, because you're not just speaking for yourself. You're supposed to be representing the entire nation. So I understand that. He has speech writers for a reason, because they're there to make sure that he doesn't make any blunders. If it was me up there, I would have ranted. I would have spoken ill of all the people who were looting and all of that stuff.
And you can't do that as
And
a
you can't
president.
do that as a president. You have to be diplomatic
Yes.
about it, because it's not just South Africans like us who are affected. It's also people from other countries, because lento lena manje, it's even affecting Bafana, like our soccer team.
Wait, do we even have a coach? Because I remember, Stuart Baxter left. Some shit. I don't know.
I heard during the,
Stuart Baxter, I heard through the grapevine.
Wasn't this
Uguti,
week
there were
supposed to
going to be attacks and he left?
Wasn't this supposed to be international football team thingy? Because leagues have stopped this week. They're playing international soccer. Like they're playing either intercontinental friendlies or I don't know.
there was supposed to be
They're playing qualifiers.
there
they're
was supposed to
playing
be
qualifiers.
there was supposed to be a match with Zambia, Zambia pulled out.
A friendly.
Yeah, a friendly.
Due
And
to
Zambia
these
pulled out
xenophobic
saying
attacks.
that no, xenophobic attacks are happening. We need to get out. You guys are not
I think
respecting
two
other people's
actually
countries.
pulled out.
Yeah, a few countries
I
pulled
remember
out.
only Zambia.
No, yeah,
Because
Zambia
Now
had
we're
the
going
match,
to- I
but
think
there
we're
were
going
other
to play
countries.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah, there were other countries that pulled out of other sectors of the world of industry, not just like the match, but the match was the most prominent thing people heard about. That hey, the matches are cancelled because Zambia is pulling out, and then there were other countries that pulled out of other things. I think Nigeria.
Tanzania closed off all their flights. They don't have any direct flights coming into.
So guys,
I'm literally
as-
quiet because I only watch soccer if I want to impress someone.
I only know this.
Speaking of
Funny enough, I only know this information because it was on the news. That's the only reason I know this information.
Okay.
I would
of
not know
countries,
this.
Speaking of countries, there was a circulation about the thread.
I was
Burna
about to
Boy.
make a joke.
The thing was, Burna Boy said he won't come to South Africa until the prison sorts it out. There were nasty comments.
But someone said, actually, I don't want to quote it. Let me.
Yeah, don't paraphrase.
Yeah, yeah, that's the word. Someone said he had a scandal here, and that's why he stopped coming. He didn't stop coming to South Africa because of the xenophobic attacks. Because the last time he was here was 2017.
And it was
Yeah.
about the
Yes.
girls. Remember, they said that there were girls that they
In his
flew
hotel
to
room.
Nigeria.
But we don't
Yes.
The one girl came in
We
a
don't
body
have
bag.
all the
But there's
information.
speculations.
Allegedly.
I feel like it's
Allegedly.
We don't know, but he didn't deny it. We don't know, but he didn't deny
So what are we
it.
saying?
Yeah, there was
No, we're
He's
not
been
saying
flying-
it's true.
He's been flying out
He's
our
quiet. He was snapping. He was talking a lot
women. No,
when
I
he was
think-
fighting with AKA, and then
I
he
think
stopped talking.
The thing with him and AKA, I think it goes deeper than what happened.
I still
this
like
week.
their song though.
Yeah, me too.
I think they broke up, like the bromance broke up in 2017 or whenever, and we're just experiencing the fallout now in public. Because he also did an interview, I think he went to Sway, and they asked him who since he does go to South Africa, who does he hang with? Does he hang with AKA? And he goes like, okay, sharp. I used to, but now my favorite South African artist, my favorite African artist, what he said is Nasty C is his favorite artist, his favorite rap. So
I feel like,
Let's
though,
see his dope,
not to
man.
cut you off,
No,
but
it
like,
is.
I feel like even though they bromance, whatever happened with that, but AKA was talking on serious issues, and he was also talking on serious issues that his brothers and sisters are getting killed. But let's get one thing straight: South Africans aren't burning anybody, because there's so much false news going out that we're burning people and people are dying at the hands of South Africans and stuff like that. Yes, I mean, there's a lot that's going on with burning buildings and whatnot.
and
That's
lootings.
so-
And
I-
lootings, but
I
not
hate that-
specifically
I
burning
hate the
people.
I hate the fact that people will do stuff for one reason, and then there'll be a small group that starts the looting, and they start hitting even people who aren't involved in the main issue,
Yes.
which was apparently some Nigerians who sell drugs.
Yes.
Not all Nigerians sell drugs.
Yes.
Some Baba in Bree who knows nothing about drugs was affected by what happened. There are people from Mozambique who can't even open their businesses because they're afraid that they'll be grouped up with everyone else. Because a lot of people got affected, a lot of businesses got affected because of a few individuals who said, you know what, since we're doing this, let's just burn down the store. Let's just loot this grocery store. Or let's... The thing is, because for me, it's personal. I know a few people who are affected. I live with a Zimbabwean guy. Konamaji, he doesn't feel safe. He feels like he can't walk out because the first thing that people pick up is
The
his
accent.
accent. And they look at him different. So people shouldn't feel like that anywhere in the world, Uguti, they shouldn't feel like they don't belong anywhere in the world. More especially because the South Africans were during the struggle. South Africans were living in places like Zimbabwe, in places like Nigeria, places like Angola, Mozambique. So I feel like, and I don't blame people for thinking that South Africans are ungrateful just because of the few bed eggs that are doing it. But then that's what's happening. That's what's being portrayed into the world. Uguti, South Africans are ungrateful. South Africans are lazy. South Africans.
But you know what? I get it, and I'm not defending xenophobia in any way. But let's not point fingers at personalities. I don't know how to put it. Like, don't say South Africans are ungrateful when we've been accommodating a lot of nations, not just Zimbabwe, or we've been accommodating a lot of nations in South Africa. And as much as people are angry now with everything that's going on with drugs and kidnapping and blaming Nigeria, primarily, I think it's wrong. Yeah, let's not generalize as much as we don't want them to generalize with us.
Exactly.
You know, because even now South African businesses are being affected in Nigeria. ShopRite, MTN, they're being burnt down. So I feel like we need to come to common ground without them looking at us and being like, yeah, South Africans are lazy, that's why we're opening shops. And we looking at them and saying, oh, you all sell drugs. Let's just try find common ground, because I am South African and I've never had anything handed to me.
Okay,
so you're gonna come
yeah.
and say that I'm lazy, but you don't know what I've been through. You know what I mean? Anyway, what were you saying? Like my train of thought.
No,
like
I just wanted to find out. I believe everything that starts, there's a reason, right? So we've been living with most foreign nationals. A whole lot of people have been coming into South Africa. We've been living with them for a very long time. We've created family, friends, loved ones. Some people even got married. So
my mom's one of them.
okay. For real?
Oh yeah.
Serious?
When are you visiting out?
Wait.
I've visited and it's enough, and that's that on that.
Wait. And where's he from?
My dad is Malawian.
Oh,
No, that's cool. That's very cool.
you're an
That's very
African
cool.
child.
I am.
Wait,
What
what does
what does that even mean?
African, like,
Are we not?
We're all African.
I saw
all
this
African.
picture. I saw this picture on social media. They excluded South Africa from the map of Africa.
Perfect.
By the way, so South Africa is no longer in Africa. I don't know where the fuck do we think we are.
I heard that. But I heard that too.
Probably America or something. I
I
don't know.
heard,
So
that,
the only-
I heard that somewhere during the week that people
Yeah.
are now trying to exclude South Africa
From Africa.
Yeah, and they're looking at it as, even if you go out to other countries and you say I'm from South Africa, people look at like, okay, so it's just you are from the south of Africa. they don't think of it as a country. They think of so you're from the south of Africa, somewhere down there.
And here's the
They're
thing.
like, okay,
Here's
cool.
a fun fact. Here's a fun fact about South Africa. South Africa. Think about that name. It's already a location. Or
Exactly.
it's not really a name.
That's not really
So we one of the countries that, if not the only country that does not have like a specific name,
Yeah,
but we have a name or we have a location for a name.
yeah, we are
If I
named
can
by
put it
our
in that way.
location.
Yeah, we're named by our location
and funny enough, it makes
because we are
other
in the
things.
south of Africa.
And it makes other things awkward. So if you're referring to the southern half of Africa, you have to literally say the southern of Africa.
Yeah.
You cannot just say I'm from the south of Africa, because people that know of South Africa will automatically assume you're from South Africa.
South Africa.
And then you have to correct like no. I'm from Southern Africa, the southern region of Africa.
Even though-
and the country I'm from is maybe like your Zambia,
I'm
Zimbabwe.
I'm from South Africa, but in Lesotho.
Exactly.
Do you know? That's a funny thing actually.
But there
to
was,
look at.
I remember there was a movement in the government. Somebody was trying to change the country name.
Yeah, the country name.
Somebody from the ANC, somebody brought up a topic within a parliament and whatnot, and they were like,
Changing the country name.
we want to change the name of the country because our name currently is a location.
We don't have a
Somebody
problem
brought
with
it
that.
up.
Yeah,
Who
somebody
has a
brought it up.
problem with that?
Yeah.
With
But
what?
nobody-
Changing the name.
With the name itself.
I don't have a problem with
I
the
don't
name.
have a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
I feel like we shouldn't have a problem with the naming thingy. We're still all Africans. Like, we should be proud that we are part of Africa.
And changing,
You know,
ironically, changing the name will affect more than just the name because a lot of things go with it. Our international currency code is ZAR to specify
ZAR.
ZAR for, and the Z is supposed to be the S, but there's already an S somewhere. So they were like, no, just make it a Z.
NS.
So if you change the country name and now ZAR doesn't fit, they'll have to change that everywhere. And that means everywhere around the world, anybody that uses that code to specify South African Rand will have to go and change it to be something else. And somebody has to sit down. So somebody somewhere has to have a meeting about, guys, what are we going to do about this country's code
And
because
you
it
know
has
how long
changed.
it takes actually for
Yeah.
to even change a street name?
A street name, exactly.
Because if a street is registered and already it's
A lot
in
of
the
money
map,
goes into
there's a whole lot of
renaming.
money that goes into renaming. You're right.
Yeah.
So
We could be
changing
using that money
country
for other
names,
Yeah.
stuff.
I feel like if they do change a country name, it like you mentioned, it is going to change a whole other shit. Because look at the ZAR. This is ZAR. That's for the currency. We have to look at our country code.
Yes.
Our country code is RSA
Yes.
because we are a republic.
And then there's also the domains that need to change because co.za
You
also
see,
need to change. So
Oh
now
my
ZA is no longer
So it's
from
around
us.
tech
So,
guy.
to the listeners, do you think it's a good thing that actually we should be having the name changing of the country, or do you think it's just that it's a government thing? So if you have any comment, you can go and comment on our page anytime. Just feel free. It's Smokebreak on Facebook. Just anytime, just feel free. Engage with us.
You know what I think? I'll give my opinion because I'm part of Smokebreak. I feel like they should take all this money that they have to change currencies and change
And change street
whatever
names.
and put it into issues like gender-based violence. Guys, did you see that list on Twitter? Like, did you actually go through that list? I think the account is Am I Next ZA.
I saw it.
In my next
I saw it.
And it was quite scary. Like, when I was going through the list, like, okay, as a woman, I shouldn't even be sitting like this with 4 guys in one room because of what's happening in our country right now. And that's
She's
the
safe.
reality.
Because women
She's
don't
safe. She's safe.
No.
She's safe.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that
I know the
there's
men
so
are
much
trash thing is going on, but she's safe.
there's so much
She's
going
sitting
on.
with a few safe people.
I don't know that. Like, not even our uncles are safe. No.
Nobody
Did you
feels safe,
did you literally go through that list?
Women don't feel
I saw
safe
that
in the
list.
country.
No, not at all. And
Not
it's-
even in the country.
like,
the whole
even
world.
big names are coming up, like DJs. I don't want to mention names purely because everybody is out there now trying to defend themselves and open cases and whatever.
That's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, but like, there's DJs, there's soccer players, there's musicians, big musicians, people
This-
we listen to, people we looked up to
People we
are on that
idolize.
list. Yeah, and then you'll go through that list and you're like, wasn't I with this guy? Go UJ. Like,
This reminds me, and saying that, this also reminds me of the Me Too movement
yeah.
in the States, where everybody's just coming out. It's this
Yeah.
guy, it's that guy, it's this guy,
Yeah.
and then it just starts this whole parade of people now trying to defend themselves and trying to prove allegations wrong.
Yeah.
But that's very hard, especially it's hard to prove the allegations wrong. It's also hard to prove them right.
Yeah.
But generally, when it comes to sexual abuse, sexual anything, they take the victim's word for it. If you
Yeah.
come up and say, I was raped by so and so,
Yeah.
they believe you straight out
They have to.
until the other person can prove, no, this did not really happen like this. It was not rape, it was consensual, whatever. And
I agree.
80% of the time, it is you either don't get it right and you can't prove yourself innocent and you just end up going to jail, or you end up proving yourself right, but now the damage has been done.
But also, as women, how much work do we have to put in to actually prove we were raped? You know what I'm saying? Even if, especially if you go like a month or two, or even 2 years
That's
after
true.
that,
That's true.
we have to put in so much work. You go to the police station and they'll be like, no, this is not the jurisdiction or whatever. Go to another police station, and then you get there and then you need like a medical
fucked up
report.
thing
I
about
feel like-
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what, with a lot of rape things that are happening, okay, I'm gonna talk in different perspectives. There's girls who at a young age will come to a mother and say, Mama, maybe kwenzakala into sona, and the mother would be like, into kanje zayenzakala mntanami. And
that's the problem.
Can
wherever
we
they-
have
wherever
parents,
they- whenever they
mothers,
report-
more specifically, stop protecting the wrong?
Exactly,
Because your son
exactly.
is wrong.
If the
He
son is
just
wrong, the son is
raped,
wrong.
he just
Yeah.
killed, he just committed a crime. Please do not protect him. I know it's
I want
it's
to
like,
ask you guys something. I want to ask you guys how, not how, but like I'm trying to phrase my question in the sense that, how do you know that you haven't sexually violated a woman just because you haven't raped her?
You haven't raped.
Because you know that there's levels, there's a lot of things that can, like, I could be standing next to you and you say to me, I'd love to tear that ass apart. Do you understand that that
Sexy
is
ass comments.
yeah? Do you understand that if I don't have that relationship with you, if you're not my boyfriend or my sexual partner, and you say that to me being a stranger, that is a sexual violation.
I think it's. I think
You
it
know?
all.
Sexual harassment.
It all
Yes.
boils down. It all boils down to the woman, or whoever it is that's being assaulted. Their perspective on it will define whether or not they feel violated. Even in the workplace, when you talk about sexual harassment, it's all about, does the person that is now the victim in this case, do they feel harassed? And by that extension, do they then go report it and say, this particular person, if you go to work and you wink at someone, because that's sexual harassment already.
But don't
Correct.
you feel
It is.
you
It
as a
If
man?
you wink
I'm
at someone,
trying to ask
and that
you.
person
Doing
feels
that
like
shit for the
Yeah.
It's like,
if you wink at
it's
someone,
not
if you wink at
working
someone,
rate.
and that person feels like they were harassed by your winking, and they go report you, that's sexual harassment.
But okay, but guys, that's what I'm trying to ask
harassment.
you.
It's-
I'm trying to ask you
Sexual
that.
harassment is crazy.
Do you
It's not like I
think-
have a comment on your ass, but I just winked.
No, but wait. Judge your behavior towards
hey, baby.
women, especially strangers. Do you think this is appropriate? Because that's what you're going to be asked.
Exactly.
Was it appropriate for you to
Exactly.
wink at that girl the way you did, or lick your lips when she passed? What were you insinuating?
Okay, but
What-
Fuck
what-
boy
for me,
I have a
tendencies.
question. I have a question, but Paul, since we're touching on that, on the, you know,
Gender-based
the gender-based
violence.
violence.
Yes.
We have women like that we also always trying to protect, and women that are in abusive relationships, but multi you're trying to help. They like pull Maxine Dabazako, but I'm seeing you're abused. Then you go and say men are trash on social network. We are generalizer, and I'm part of the helping part. When you're just taking experience, we tell her we get you sock.
Yeah,
I-
but
I
don't
feel
have-
like-
I don't have a problem with that being referred to as trash, because at the end of the day, I'm part of the problem if I can't call out my friends
Yes.
on the
Yes.
on
Yes.
whatever they do.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I
If
don't
your
have
friend
yeah.
is a fuckboy and he rapes and all that shit,
Okay.
I am not
I feel-
gonna
I feel- I
protect
feel-
your
I feel like-
ass, Kolane.
I feel like
I
you're saying
am
something.
not gonna protect your
Ladies
black
and
ass.
gentlemen out there, I
Neck.
do not condone such actions. And I do things. Okay, yes, they might call
No.
me a fuckboy. That's a title I'm willing to take. But the other things,
How are you willing to take the title? Let's go
Okay.
back to
I'm a boy who was raised by a single mother, so I respect women and I love them, and I try to protect.
Okay.
I want to answer
Okay.
your question.
Okay.
I want to answer your
Answer.
question in terms of when we protect our violent partners by not leaving.
Exactly.
You as a friend, we can't call you trash because I'm also part of the problem for not leaving. But we must also understand that it's a toxic relationship. It's not easy to just up and go like, oh, he hit me once, I'm going.
Yeah,
You must remember that there's emotional abuse, there's mental abuse. This guy is telling you that you can't live without him. So what I would advise as a friend is that stick with that person and do what you can. At the end of the day, it's her choice if she wants to leave or not, but stick there. Don't give up on her, because we're so quick to be like, Mpo's not going to leave that guy. Let's just leave it. You know, speak up. She will listen. You guys will fight, but speak up. Help her where you can. If she calls you and say, he beat me up, you need to take me to the hospital. Don't lose King. What's the word? English today. My English has logged out.
It's the reason I raised that up because I'm seeing a lot of I'm not even gonna say our African sisters. Like, I'm seeing a lot of women who are going through the struggle of not having to be protected, and some of the women from our households labakhulele khona ukuthi indoda kumele ikuphathe kanje. Guys, ngicela ukukhuluma nani bafowethu. Umuntu osifazana mbeka isandla. General mfowethu, if unenkinga, just go out, blow off your steam.
Stop beating up women.
We don't need to ushaya umuntu just because ufuna ukum-understand isiside lakho or ufuna ukum-understand ukuthi wena uzizwa kanjani. Don't put your hands on a woman.
So guys, I want to go back and talk about the thing of parents protecting their kids. So I think it's important because you find these kids grow up knowing their parents are protecting them, and then they have that thing of, I can do anything, I can do whatever I want. And then from that, my mom will always be there, my dad will always be there, and it's less with the dads.
Parents, more especially mothers.
Yeah,
please stop protecting
but you find it, and then you
your
find
child. If your child is wrong, face the fact. Like, guy, if you're a dude and you did something wrong, man up, take responsibility.
Okay, but
if
let
you're
me
wrong.
ask. Let me ask him
Can't
this:
be walking
you're a
around.
dad.
Yeah,
You're a dad,
and
your child is still small. But
It's
when
like
your
4
child,
years.
when he
I
gets
wish I
to
could
like
say my pride and joy, but he's like my what do I call him again?
bundle of nonsense.
No, I don't do that.
I think we should.
No,
do you know?
do you know what I call him?
Stress.
I call him my nice life problem.
Oh, that's
That
nice.
is so
That's dope.
cute.
That's
That is so
dope.
cute.
I have a few
Fuck
nice
you.
life problems.
Okay, but let me ask you,
They're
right?
cute as hell though.
He's 4 years old now. When he's 14, and they catch him smoking, and maybe at a house party with a girl in the bed, and they haven't started anything, but that's how they catch him. What wouldn't you would? I'm sure you would discipline him, but wouldn't you protect him?
Okay, so I would protect him from being harmed outside. Nah? And then I would, as a parent,
Open a can of opus.
dude, man, ngiyomura.
Because guys,
So here's the thing: if umntwana wakho, like my son, he would do some shady ass, weird ass shit at the age of 4. Don't ask me with wazini. I don't know where he catches all this shit.
From you.
Duh.
And guys, about that, as parents, we do a lot of things. Okay, I don't know.
Are you a
why I'm
parent?
saying it.
as parents,
Who's a parent? Are you a parent? Do you have a child, nigga? Do you know what it feels like to
Try. Okay,
Okay, but he's got knowledge, so let's hear
let's hear the knowledge.
What
Let's hear the
knowledge?
knowledge.
I'm a
Let's hear
parent,
the...
please, whatever you do, oyenza phambi komntwana, umntwana uyafunda.
It reflects back on you,
Uyareflecta
actually.
back. So
does.
don't be a smoker. Umntwana akho mangabuya bhema, then you be like, why umntwana mabhema behave njengama-hooligan?
On
You
what
know
you're
what?
saying,
You know what?
do you know what my son did this other time? There was an advert, beer, the Heineken, because I drink Heineken, right? On TV. And he just miraculously, it's not even miraculously, out of nowhere, this little nigga was like, "Nai beer ka baba." I'm like, what?
So
He knows his stuff. He knows his stuff.
I've gotten
It was inevitable. What's in easy figure.
Also, yeah,
I've gotten advice around that, and the advice was, when you're going to drink and you know your child is around somewhere, put it in a cup.
Yeah.
Before they see what it looks like, before they see what it is, put it in a cup.
So wait, my question to that is, if you say put it in a cup, what do you mean? Are you trying to prevent them from drinking it?
I don't know. All I
Because-
know is
because- I
From
can tell you
knowing
one
about
thing.
it at an early age.
I can tell you about
The thing is-
no. Listen to
they
this.
think
man.
it's juice.
The way my child's brain operates. I'll tell y'all something else that happened with this other guy I work with. I know I like jumping from topic to topic, but here's the thing. With how my child's brain operates, he keeps things. And he wants you to know ukuthi acknowledge yonke into onayo oyiyo. The way you are, he will take you exactly as you are. So if mina ngikhuluma with my son and be like, this is a beer, you are not allowed to drink this beer. That's all I tell him. Guti, this is not a drink for kids. That's all he needs to know up until he reaches an age or a stage where he'll be like, I'm old enough to drink alcohol.
But do you understand? Sorry to cut you.
Let me finish
You are
this.
brewing curiosity.
No, let me finish
You
this.
are planting a seed.
That's
of
why I'm saying
curiosity.
is. That's why I'm saying the way my child thinks and how he is, he already knows he is not supposed to drink this. I was chilling with this other friend of ours. Who, it's actually a brother, one of our friends, Obafana, Oputwake Usfisu. He was like, Edgar Pega, ngizonikeza umntwana wakho ibeer. I'm like, try. Wamniga, wathi bamba, drink. Do you know what he did? He looked at me. He's like, angiphuzi. Because he knows. I taught him, ukuthi you are a child, you are not supposed to drink this.
I understand that.
He learned that and he doesn't drink it up until he reaches an age where he understands, Yoguti, right now I am going to drink this beverage, or am I allowed to drink this beverage? So that's
Okay,
I believe
but what
that's
I'm
when
saying-
he will drink it. Not now. He's 4. He was looking at me. He's like, no, iphuzo baba lena, and then he brought it back. He didn't drink it.
What
He
I'm
doesn't
trying to
drink it
tell
safe.
you, is that just because he knows now doesn't mean that it shields him from drinking it when he's 8, or it shields him from drinking when he's 13 or 14. He's not gonna wait
very
until
true.
he's 18
thing
because
is-
you
yeah.
are brewing curiosity. And I'm
thing is-
not bashing your parenting skills, but I feel like it's better not to give him the curiosity until such a point where he's
thing
old
is-
enough to really, really understand. Because you think at 4 he understands. But right now he's just like, okay, I can't have this, but one day I will, and I want to taste what it is.
You know what the thing is?
You've already
you know what the
planted
thing
the
is?
seed.
You know what the thing is, no? Children are curious by nature. It is.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this, that they are curious by nature. The thing is, once you have a child and they're here, you start to understand what that fucking means. It's not just a thing of they just want to go and open things. No. Whatever you are doing, you could be drinking out of a cup, you could be drinking out of whatever, you could be sipping
You'll
out of the
still
bottle.
find that.
He sees you because my son is 2 now. He stopped drinking milk. He didn't want his milk anymore at 6 months. Why? Because he kept seeing us chewing and eating this food.
How many kids do you have, Lumka?
I have 3.
Oh yeah.
My middle son.
Daddy right here.
My middle
Daddy
son.
cool.
My middle son
Daddy's daycare.
did not want his milk anymore. He didn't want his milk. Why? He was like, no, these people are chewing. I want to chew what they are chewing. And every time he used to look at us while we're eating and he's drinking milk, he just starts chewing. He's chewing nothing, but he's chewing.
That's so cute.
And then you just look at him like, and then when 6 months later, he doesn't want his bottle anymore. You come to give him his bottle. He looks that way. He cries.
So here's a quick
Kids
question.
He
pick up-
smacks it away.
kids pick up
The
things
thing is,
from their parents.
and it
That's
goes
how I
back
realize.
to, you need to put that thing in their mind that, you know what, you can't drink this. Even if it brews curiosity, the curiosity is already there.
It's already
they
there.
already know that this thing that he's drinking, I've never had that. I've
But you
never had
need-
it.
But the thing
I
is,
want to taste it. I want to know what it is.
you need to teach your kids, like what he's saying, Uguti, your kids are already curious at a very young age. That is true. But teach your kids what is wrong, what is right. So if you teach them, Uguti, this, as much as you're curious about, this is what I'll tell you. This you're not supposed to do because of 1, 2, and 3. The repercussions on that shit won't reflect well in your resume wherever you're going in life. So do not do it. You teach them at an early age. They're very curious. They stick their hands where they're not supposed to. Did that nigga just fart? But
Like, you being in the bathroom is going to be on this podcast. Like this guy.
But anyway, going back to what we started with. So parents pushing their kids has this roll-on effect that you don't see in that moment. When you're protecting your child and be like, no, my child didn't do this. No, don't prosecute him. No, don't do this. You don't see the repercussions going forward. That this person starts having that mentality that, you know what, my mom will always be there for me. They go to school, they start failing, and then now suddenly they want to hold him back a year. And you go back and like, no, it's not my son's fault, it's the teacher's fault. Where in the world is it the teacher's fault? The teacher gives out the lesson, and then your child is supposed to learn, retain, go back home and study this thing and try to memorize it. It's one thing if the teacher is bad, but if the teacher's bad, the teacher's bad. But if the teacher's doing a good job, you can see that out of the class, 60% are passing and these 40% are not. Then you can already tell that no, the teacher's doing an okay job.
A good job, yes.
Doesn't have to be an amazing job. It's an okay job. And then you just see now these 40% kids, and they're like, and then out of the 40%, 20% their parents come like, no, it's the teacher. It's not my child.
You know,
it's not my child.
I'm not a parent.
The other 20%
I don't know
just
if
give up. Like, nah,
You
fuck
don't
it.
have a kid, Mbo.
It's like,
I don't have a kid.
For real.
I don't have a kid. I'm not.
What
a
do you
parent.
think is
No,
the right
I
age?
feel like you have a child and you don't know your child. I don't know how. For some reason, I felt like your child. Okay,
If I was a man, probably because
but-
I am yellow bone.
What?
Yeah, yeah. How many kids do you have that you don't know about?
I am.
Yes.
I do not feel like I want to answer that question.
Exactly.
But as teaching trauma teachers, Bafetu, guys, also as teachers, you are a secondary parent to the child. Malago, the children are in your hands. Eskolweni. So, the frustration and just understand what kids are all coming into the classroom with different personalities. You must make them like a choir, make them harmonize them, make them.
But
to
even
be
parents
one.
are like
But,
that,
you
and
know,
I feel like parents need to know. I'm not a parent, like I was saying. So, but first of all, I feel like if I was a mom, I would be very protective. I know that. I'm not even trying to hide.
that's fine.
I would be very protective.
That's fine.
And secondly, I've seen parents put their stress on kids. I've even seen it in my own family that it happens that when you're going through man problems, all of a sudden this kid is the most irritating thing on earth.
Yeah,
And I
actually-
feel like
And if we single parent as women, I'm not talking about this out of experience. I'm actually talking about this out of experience. You know, from experience, talking from experience.
What the fuck are you saying? What are you saying?
Listen, what I'm saying basically, I've seen kids who are treated badly because the father is not there. Umntwana komombheka angangabi reflection kababakhe if mega chita kabi. That kid is new to the world.
He did not ask to be there.
Akazibuzanga ukuthi akacelanga ukuthi abe lapha. So mthande even if you don't love the dad, and he might be the your love of your life.
And there's
That's
also-
the only love you need.
there's also single dads out there, and I know quite a lot. There's also single
That's funny
dads,
how that's
which
not
we
even-
need to acknowledge that as much as
And that's
single
how-
moms, like I don't like this thing of girls going on Father's Day and Happy Father's Day to me. Hang on, you've got Mother's Day, you've got your birthday. Hang on and give it to the dads out there because they are really cool dads. Not all of us grew up with bad parents, as much as even our parents aren't together. You know, personally my parents are separated, but I'm not gonna say my dad was a bad person or my mom.
You don't know the story between the two of
yes,
them.
Exactly.
just
You don't
because
have to jump
they
to conclusions,
separated doesn't make them bad parents, and we need to acknowledge that there are single dads out there who do
Mothers.
everything for their kids.
Mothers,
Exactly.
baby
It's great.
mothers, please stop feeding your kids wrong information about your dad, about their dad. If you experiencing daddy problems, or I don't know what you want to call it, baby dad. No, as I feel like as an individual,
Edgar, you came in with the public service announcements.
For your baby mama, send a WhatsApp text and leave us out of it, please.
Yeah, but also touching on what Paul said.
I just got cut out. I'm not gonna finish my
If you have
point.
freedom of speech, you can still talk right now. We all should have freedom of speech.
Just tell your baby
Yeah.
mama and leave us
So
out of
here's
it.
what happened last night, right? I was so drunk. And the braai was good actually.
The meat,
The
Baba.
bra was good. The bra.
I was braaiing, by the way.
Surprisingly, I'm young in toilet.
I'm quite.
But whom?
Surprisingly.
What does that even?
Why is that information?
Because I've eaten out of my comfort zone from Ikaya, and all those meals have sent me to some particular places. If you know
I
what
was
mean.
braaiing, by the way.
Yes.
The meat was perfect. I'm the shit.
Of course, you'd say that.
Yes, Suge.
We are the ones who are supposed to praise your freaking.
Yeah, since y'all niggas don't.
praise your freaking meat.
He's tooting his own horn.
Okay, how was it
Just
meat
kidding.
that I didn't taste, or neither did any of you leave for me? How was it?
They actually just
Nah, it was a
finished
great-
it
it
up
was a
this
great night.
morning.
Like now.
You know, I arrived.
No, you were late.
I arrived
Wait,
to-
let's
I arrived
We
wait.
were all
greasy
late.
plates.
I was the latest.
I wasn't
but we
late.
were all late.
We weren't late because
No,
we were all
no.
together. We were here.
We were all
I
late.
arrived to greasy plates. Greasy plates. I just get there, greasy plates. I'm like, I know what this grease is.
That's your own problem.
I know what this grease is.
That's your. Yeah, you had the grease last night. Makes sense why
I
it
didn't
was
even
greasy.
have the
Speaking of
grease.
food, when was the last time you guys have soul food? Like, I'm a guy, I'm a single guy, I'm a bachelor, apparently.
Yeah, here's a
And
little nigga selling
I'm
himself.
a takeaway guy. Like, I eat a lot of takeaways, and it's been a long while since I had
Yeah,
like
you
soul
look like
food.
takeaways.
Yesterday I had
Wait.
soul food. My mom's cooking. Oh my gosh. Like,
That is a privilege.
yeah.
That is, you should.
But you must
appreciate
learn how to
that.
cook. I personally like guys that can cook.
Probably I cook more than like better than you.
Oh,
Guys,
is that a challenge?
the
Is that a
challenge has
smoke
been
break
set.
challenge?
You guys know
Is
my
that
name.
a
I am
smoke
single.
break
I
challenge?
can cook,
Okay.
and
The
if
challenge
I want
has
to keep
been
a woman,
set.
I
This
can
guy,
keep
this guy saying that you can cook, but you eat takeaways. Please,
I can cook.
don't challenge
The
me.
thing is not the problem is not in the cooking. It's the process of the cooking that
What?
actually takes up my time.
There
because
were-
I get lazy to
there
cook
were-
unless if I want to impress.
there
I'm
were-
just gonna be
You
honest.
can cook, but you're just too lazy to do it.
Exactly. So I just request.
So you are those. This could be us, but I'm too lazy.
Yeah.
I like men who
You're
cook
mean.
and who enjoy cooking, even the process
I can
of
cook.
cooking.
I can bake. I was raised by a mom that is the best of both.
High five to that, man.
Ulumka,
I got that.
not even Ulumka. Uru. Uru would come to my house and be like, "Ma, did you bake something?" He's known as the cooking monster, like blah, 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 you know, like cooking monster nigga. Yeah,
His
fucking,
nickname was
he's like
Biscuit at time.
he's like blue and shit. So in short, I was raised by umama utanda ukpheka, baked, and I grew up very curious. I still am.
Just like yourself.
I have a good sense of questioning why.
This is why you say your son gets it from you.
Hey,
Okay, I was actually about to skip that part, but anyway, I can cook, I can bake. I think it's something that
That's a lengthy
since-
CV right there.
since my
hey.
son,
Like, who you trying to impress? Are you gonna say
Okay,
this to
Edgar,
someone?
this is not Tinder.
Yeah, this is not like.
We're not trying to hook you up. We're not trying to hook you up.
I'm just
But
saying.
wait,
I'm
let's
just
roll
saying.
it up.
Okay, can I
I
ask?
can cook.
I have.
I can cook. I
not
cook at
better
home.
than me.
Do you
I feel like
cook
we should
at
have an
home?
At
event.
home.
Good.
No,
Or do you
I feel
just
like we
cook?
should have an
I cook
event.
good.
No, do you just
I
cook, or do
I
you
cook- I
do you
cook-
cook because you have kids, or do you cook because you cook
No,
well?
I cook well. I cook well enough for my wife to come back and be like, "Guy, you know what? You might just take over, but I'm not going to do that just yet."
Why do I feel like Lunka doesn't really enjoy the cooking part?
I do.
feel like you.
No,
I feel
you're
like-
the only one here.
I do. You know what happens? You know what happens? I cook to the point where my wife will just look at me at some point while I'm busy cooking, like, "Dude, why do you take so long cooking?" I'm like, "I'm enjoying this. I want to make it sure that it's the way. I will peel all the vegetables. I will make sure everything is the way."
I have a friend of mine. He's married, recently married. He's about what, 2, 3, 4 years now. No wait, I'm lying. It's probably like 2 years from work, right? So this guy, apparently when he cooks, because I'm friends with both the husband and the wife. Apparently when he cooks, because she also tells me we all work in the same company, so she would tell me, this guy when he cooks, he messes up the kitchen like
It turns it upside down.
upside down. He would literally take a different bowl to
Oh,
wash
the fuckboy
whatever
disease.
he's washing, nigga, just walk out already.
Just
go.
okay. Guys,
Yeah.
He's gone.
out.
He's
Out.
gone.
Gone.
He's
Gone.
gone. He's gone.
Bye.
Woke
Yeah,
up.
Bye.
Hamba. Don't dance.
Bye, Felicia.
Just
Bye.
go. Just
Bye.
You're walking
Bye.
away from your
Okay,
child.
okay, can I have a question? Okay, who actually must pay up a fit? We all cooking out there, whether you're a guy or a woman. Must pay up a fit. Like at the back of the package, they will tell you it's in cook for 20 minutes. Do we really do that? Like, I feel like
I do it depending on what I'm cooking.
sometimes-
Depending on what I'm
I sometimes
cooking.
do.
I
Yeah.
have my methods. Like, if Patty cooks spaghetti for 15 minutes and stir it, like, I would stir it once and they said, like, stir continuously. I would stir it once and
No,
cook it for like 10
That's why
minutes.
only lazy.
When it
That's
varies.
why you don't cook.
Exactly.
And you're trying to challenge me. Okay.
Mina, I'm saying,
Okay.
Let's
You don't
have-
want to take it.
let's have a smoke break kick.
When are we talking about?
Oh yeah.
I
We're
said
not
smoke
talking
break
about
challenge.
it.
Smoke break challenge.
So Umpanang, what a new hairdo.
Guys,
Yes, with a new
Hey,
hairstyle.
pa.
With a new hairstyle.
we're not
Hey,
talking,
I
please.
see you on Instagram. Mr. Greasy.
We're really not talking about
I was
this.
looking at the post. I'm like, oh, look at this woman.
We're not talking about this,
Dropping the
guys.
pose. Dropping
Black
the pose.
black woman in the hair though.
Ooh, wow.
Tell us about it. What inspired your hairdo?
I needed. Okay, it's a personal thing, and I'm not gonna go into it. But I've had a hectic 2 months, mentally, emotionally, financially,
Hopefully Ru was
everythingly.
not part of it.
No, no, you.
Because he's a problem.
Ru's a problem to everyone.
I'm a problem to who?
You're a problem to everyone.
Let me just handle my hangover.
To the existing
Forget about
people.
you guys.
But I had a hectic 2 months where I felt like I was drowning in everything. You know, when you feel like nothing is going okay.
Our
And then I
very
woke
own-
up one day and I kind of figured everything out, and I'm figuring everything out. And I was just like, I need to feel like I'm breathing. Like I need air. And I cut my hair and I felt like I got air, like this like boost of oxygen or something. And I'm never and I'm never not cutting
And
again.
you also posted
What's
that,
the
Coco
weirdest-
Chanel, quote.
She's about to change her life. Yes, when a woman cuts her hair, she's about to change her life.
Yeah,
It's most women that I've met or have conversations with that actually say that. So sorry
Wait, what are you saying? It's
about the
mostly-
hair.
It's mostly women.
Most women that I've had conversations with, more especially about their hairdo and specifically cutting their hair, they will tell you, I'm cutting this hair because I'm about to change into this type of person. Not that I don't like
It's
that.
it's kind of it's a ritual in a way. It's letting go of the past, letting go of whatever is holding you back at that time. So hair to some people represents
Experience.
experience, and cutting it off actually liberates you from all those hectic experiences, and growing your hair from scratch is a new chapter.
Niggas using
For
a big
me,
word,
like,
liberate.
I've always had
Cornrows.
good hair.
What? It's like a guy getting cornrows. You just look at it
That's
like,
weird.
and then
No, it's not just
Well,
women. It's not just women, because my close friend Sandy did the same thing when he decided he was going to quit smoking. He had cornrows, long hair, so he finally decided.
In
you know
short,
what?
that nigga got hair most of the women would dream
Don't
about.
have.
Okay.
He's got a good hairline also.
But what I was trying to say
Yeah.
is, he decided he was going to stop smoking because he was a heavy smoker, and he set a date on when he was going to quit. I think it was around September.
No, he quit he quit
It was
smoking
around-
it was December
Actually,
going into the new year, and he was like next year I'm gonna stop smoking, and then the following year we were like, dude,
But what I was trying to say is, he cut off his hair on the day that he decided to quit, and for him it was a new chapter in his life, and I think he stopped smoking for more than 5 years.
And he started again.
Yeah,
He relapsed.
yeah, but he's not to blame for that. I blame his cousin, but it's fine.
For relapsing.
For me,
do
like,
you know do you know who I blame for his relapsing back into smoking? I blame ourselves. I'm not a smoker, so
Per se.
okay.
Neither am I.
A cigarette
Per se.
smoker. Let me be specific. I'm not a cigarette smoker. Not to say I smoke everything else, but let's leave it at that. So this guy, we went to a trip in Magalisbeek or Artebius.
It actually
That's
happened-
when
it
he
actually
started
happened before.
smoking.
No, it happened before that.
No, it was on that day because I
Listen to
remember he
why-
spoke to me. He was like, this day, I've restarted.
okay, what
onto
I think
smoking.
should happen here is, what's his name, Sandile? I feel like he needs to just comment and let us know when you stopped smoking, why you stopped smoking,
And
and
why
why,
did you
you
go back?
relapsed. Because I feel like you guys are gonna
I
argue
know,
about this.
I know why, and I know when it happened. Because they went on a trip to Swaziland with his entire family. When they got there, his cousin was smoking, and he joined him because they had so many cigarettes, and that's where the relapse
The
began.
relapse
And
began.
Edgar is only seeing.
Oh,
You saw it late
interesting.
because it actually happened way before that, way before the Hartebees trip.
What I was gonna say, that for me, I've cut my hair before, but like into a short afro just to like regrow it and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So like now it was like a chop, like a very nervous chop that I had to do for my sanity.
How did you feel after cutting your hair?
Great. I still feel great.
You
I still
do.
feel awesome. I'm never gonna grow my hair again. I just
real?
feel things
For
haven't
real?
really changed. Yeah.
Why don't you go for that afro type look?
I've had the afro, like I'm saying.
I
I've had
think
the
you'll
afro.
look good in it.
No,
I,
she
I,
had an
I
afro,
look
though.
older when I've got an afro.
Like Tina
And I'm
Turner
getting
type
old.
thing.
She's trying to look younger.
I'm trying to look younger because I'm getting
to be
old.
youth.
Yeah,
I am youth,
she's
Keep
like
that 35. Keep
I
that
am
35 under
you.
control.
Yeah, young.
but I'm turning 30 next year, which is like very scary.
What?
Yeah.
The three of us are actually.
Yeah.
Wait, next year.
Next year, the three of us are
I'm
30.
turning 30 fucking this year.
Next week.
Really?
No, on the 20. This is my birthday month once
You're
again.
You're turning 30 like.
So I
Are
need,
you guys not going to invite me again?
I
I'm just
need,
asking.
Invite you.
we did invite you.
And then
We spoke about this on the app
Yeah.
and
What app?
WhatsApp.
Oh, okay.
Are you?
No, you only spoke about it after I asked.
Are you disputing
After I
it?
asked that
I'm
you
trying
guys
to
did.
recall- I'm trying to recall when we spoke about it.
Yeah.
We did.
We did.
We
We did tell her about it, and she was like, "You know what, guys? Rather bring me meat."
Yes.
Ah,
Sunday.
No,
Me?
she said that. To
I
your
said
face.
that to you.
Yeah, you said that.
No,
to
I
your
said that
face.
to you.
Yes.
I said I'm going out with somebody, so I might not be
How
able
was
to.
your going out?
I don't want to talk about it.
What time did you sleep?
I
We
slept
judge
early.
how good the night was when you slept.
I slept early.
You
What's
like
early?
Your electrolytes. We look
I passed
hectic.
out by like 10.
Yeah, you see,
By
it
10
was
you're
not-
out.
It was not a good night.
It wasn't a
It
good
was not a
night.
good night.
Because I believe everything after
She's
10
lying.
is dope.
Not at all.
It's going down
You
after
guys are
10.
eating it up.
Uh,
She's lying to you
no.
guys and you're eating
I'm
it up.
really not. It didn't.
No,
the,
but we know.
the nights
We
didn't
know-
turn out like I
We
wanted.
know
it
she's
to.
we can trust a little bit because when we left last week, they went out all the way till the AM. She's busy there.
And she's
guys,
like,
still out,
yeah. I'm like,
still awake.
On a Monday,
I'm like
bruv.
thinking, this woman, isn't she working?
The
tomorrow?
struggle. I was dead on Monday. I was literally dead. I
Makes
couldn't
sense.
walk.
Why you were dead?
You mean you were dead when the sun rose?
When the sun rose,
What
I
time
was
did you
so
sleep?
You
dead.
were awake when Monday came around.
Probably at like 3.
No.
At like
On
3.
Monday.
You were still out at 3.
I don't know, guys, but when I did eventually sleep,
I have
doesn't
freaking
remember.
timestamps. You
when
were
I
sending
did
me texts.
eventually, I don't know when I slept, dude. But when I did sleep, it was like for 2 hours, and I woke up for work, and I was really dead. I was dead.
Guys, please do follow us on Instagram,
Public
Twitter,
service
WhatsApp. Oh no, not even WhatsApp.
Facebook.
What do you call this? Facebook. Thank you.
We'll drop some YouTube.
Okay, so
Please
on
do comment on her
Time this week.
sleeping at 3 on Monday.
what's the problem?
on a Monday.
Going out on Sunday is the best. Sundays are the best days to go out.
Do you know?
I
Do you know
promise you.
that saying? Yoguti into entshontshiwe imnandi.
So,
So-
what does that have to
So you know very well you're supposed to be waking up for work tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
which is a Monday.
You know what this reminds me of?
And then right now you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go out and just
know-
join for the next hour. And then before you know it, it's like 3 a.m.
Going out on Sunday is the best.
Yes,
You know
I
what?
do know that.
And
You know what this
tomorrow
reminds
I'm
me
off.
of?
I'm supposed to
You know what
actually
this reminds me
working.
of? Those house parties in high school. You know, they
we
were
used to
nice
have-
because you know that I'm not
used
supposed to
have-
be here.
We used to have house
Yeah.
parties during my matric year. We used to have house parties at this
What
other
school
friend
did
of
you
mine,
go to?
Tulip.
Okay.
It's in Rooipo.
Oh yeah.
I know it.
We know truly.
Do not question
know
the location of Tulip.
It's right
What
next to
it's-
that place.
It's not even next to that place. It's
know what's-
right
we know
front
what's-
opposite that
we
place.
know what's downstairs.
The whole house.
Right next to
But so we used to skip
Also,
school.
was that where your matric dance after party was?
We
Yeah,
I
right-
didn't
right
have a
opposite the
matric
school.
dance. So here's what happened.
Oh.
We didn't have a matric dance in my year, right? So our principal was like, you guys are actually going to go on a study camp. We went to a study camp for 5 freaking days.
Was it fun?
What? Funny enough, it was fun.
You can't put
And it
18-year-olds in one place for 5 days and just leave them there with adults that are gonna go to sleep. Like, oh, no,
It was actually fun. It was fun.
you can't do that.
Because it was actually my birthday week also. It was in September. Hey, I'm actually accepting any gifts from now onwards.
Oh yeah.
But
Edgar will post an address. Edgar will post an address.
yeah, well, just ask me when to send it. I'm not gonna post your over.
Excuse my language, that's a hang up on how shitty I've been feeling. I'm sorry, I feel no attraction, and now that it's been a bit.
I've been on the low these days, feeling kinda lost these days, hanging on the grind these days, feel I'm gonna die in a day. Yeah, I lost my mom, now I don't feel shit. She be heavy on drugs and all that pill shit. Well, I be taking these drugs just to fun shit. Sick and tired of the judging and the assumption. So, Father, forgive me for you know that I am always sinning. I took no interest, party, you and liquor, fucking love my sister. Excuse my language, that's a hang up on how shitty I've been feeling. I'm sorry, I felt no attraction, and now that it's been a minute. I've been so long, so long. I've been so long, so long. Father, forgive me for you know that I am always sinning. I took no interest, party, you and liquor, fucking love my sister. Excuse my language, that's a hang up on how shitty I've been feeling. I'm sorry, I felt no attraction, and now that it's been a minute. 'Cause I've been so long, so long. I've been so long, so long.